Obviously, a disappointing outing. Um, disappointing in a lot of different ways. We had our chances to win the football game. We didn't get it done. You know, their last touchdown, a 20-yard drive from 4 plays off a turnover. We're even in the turnover margin. Uh, 2 interceptions, both teams. So hurts you when you don't protect the ball. Again, I think we had 2 interceptions in the second half. Both hurt us. We got an opportunity to, 2-point plays, converted, and for whatever reason, we got iPads. I know that from the sideline, but we didn't get it done. At the end, they got 5 downs, and haven't seen that many times in my career. And again, we held them to a field goal there at the end, but it ate up more time on the clock, which would have gave us more time at the end, either the last possession or the second to last possession. But it starts with me, starts with our coaches putting our kids in position to make plays. We had way too many penalties in the first half offensively, and again, we got iPads, so I'm seeing a lot of things on iPads. We lost as a team, and again, it starts with me. I got to do a better job of getting our guys, prepared. I thought we had a great week of practice, but Virginia came in with a week off and did a nice job. So, questions?
Pat, on the 4th and 1, the officials said that they weren't set on the play, but the play was snapped and allowed to be finished. Was there any explanation given as to why, if they weren't set, why it wasn't a penalty on Virginia?
Chris, I have no idea. It's a great question. So, I'm sure Al Riveron will answer that for us on Monday or Tuesday. It's our job to get lined up and get in position, and it's her job to get lined up and get in position as well. So we had a stopper on 4th and 1, and no explanation.
Did the officials give you an explanation? I saw you talking.
Absolutely not. I had to call them over to get it. So.
How do you get some better play out of your quarterbacks, either Nate or Eli, whoever?
It starts with coaching. It starts with our offensive staff, our head coach, and me. And we got to get better play, and wasn't good enough overall. And again, that's not just quarterback; it's everybody involved. We had way too many drop passes out there today, so it's hard to get in rhythm when you're not catching the ball like we had all year. And that's our job to catch balls. It's our job to get them to catch balls. So we got to do a better job in ball drills and catching the ball and making plays.
You went into a different offensive line alignment today. What went into that?
Just looking at the tape, we felt like we had to make some changes because we weren't getting production off our left side. So we moved Barrett to left tackle and Enos inside, and Montgomery to right tackle. So just trying to fix the issue since Branson left.
Any update on Holstein after he went down?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. We don't make comments. Ask Jared. We don't talk about injuries, but he seemed okay in the locker room.
Did the officials give you any explanation on the 2-point conversion when they called holding on Ryan?
Yeah. No explanation. Not good. He did a technique we called, trap his arm, and he knocked his arm down. That's all it was. The guy wasn't even close to the quarterback. You talk about non-factors, but, players play, coaches coach, and officials officiate.
How tough it is to keep your team focused when you're having multiple moments like that, where you have a tying play wiped out, you have a momentum-changing play wiped out, and obviously you're not getting explanations on questionable moments.
Our guys stayed focused. Our guys fought their tails off today. It's a good Virginia football team, we know, and they've played some tight games as well. Our guys will stick together. It's what we do. It's a game of football. Half the teams win and half the teams lose every weekend. We got two in a row. We got to bounce back against a really good Clemson football team.
What do you think's causing all the drops lately on offense?
I don't know. Focus, I guess. Maybe we got to do more ball drills. I don't know. Got to catch the ball, catch it in practice. Got to catch it in big moments and big games. That's what players do.
I mean, between the drops and the procedure penalties and things like that, are you a little disappointed that the focus was what it was, especially coming out of last week's game? Were you expecting the guys to be a little more locked in?
Yeah. Again, there was, some of those procedures, and I don't know. We look at the iPad. I'm confused. But yeah, I wish they were more focused, Chris, for sure, and put that on me.
Speaking about the defense performance tonight.
We had two interceptions. 6 sacks. They ran the ball too much on us. They did a nice job running the football, and we'll look at why, but we got to stop the run better. And again, the goal was to come in and as you guys know, 10 years of stop the run, and we didn't stop the run good enough on defense. So you can get 6 sacks. Again, had 2 nice interceptions in the first half and didn't get any in the second half. 24 points, and one of them was a 20-yard drive, and got to play better.
Matt, you keep bringing up the iPads. Is there like a point of frustration that you feel like maybe there's too much emphasis on that and not enough emphasis is somewhere else? Is there something there?
No, I'm just saying I can see what's going on, and we can look at the iPads and see. I don't have to tell you, I just can't really comment too much more, okay? But I got iPads, and, there's like mysterious.
Let's take a couple more. Anyone?
I mean, just the turnaround of the offense, for as good and productive as it was for 5 games, it's 4 games now where it just hasn't been at that level. I mean, I know we're right after a game here, but can you put your finger on something that, like, what has changed? What has changed between those 5?
The team's got better. That's the first thing you got to say. Give credit to the defenses. They've done a nice job, and we got to do a better job, creating plays and making plays. Like I said, I don't know how many, 6, 7 drops. I don't know. So I mean, you can't move the ball. You can't move the sticks if you don't catch it, and you don't get to the right guy. So we'll sit down and reevaluate where we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and try to put a better product out there. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating for our offense coaches. It's frustrating for our offensive players, and again, it takes 11. It's 11 guys out there that got to make plays.
This is the second time in 3 games Eli's left the game after getting hit hard on a running play. Has there been will there be any thought about telling him to maybe use his legs less, or?
He's got to make plays. I mean, it was obviously a late hit and a targeting call. You hope you don't have that, but it's a game of football, and we have to. He's going to run it. Man, you saw him run out of bounds early. You saw him slide. So he's trying to take care of his body, and he's pretty smart at that.
On the team after the 4th down stop, and the reason that it wasn't counted was the officials weren't in position.
The tone, I would say it was just, we play next play mentality, so there's always plays during the game that we have adversity, and, we win the plays, sometimes we lose the plays. So we took it as a time to, bounce back and go make the play again. So unfortunately it didn't go our way.
What happened? Break down the breakup that you had there on the 2nd down play in the end zone. It looked like they had played action. You were the only person there to say that one.
Yeah, we were in a cover 4 right there, so I got a wham read from the tight end, and it was just a good play by them because they had a backside Y that got freed. Our keys is the tight end from the field, and as soon as I realized it, I got a chance of the ball, went and made a play.
Donovan, what caused some of the issues stopping the run in the second half?
Obviously, I think we have to go watch film and check that out. But they're a good team too. And then one thing they did say is they're going to run the ball, and I think we stopped it well for the most part. Like I said, we got to watch film. We're going to correct what we got to correct, and bounce back next week.
How do you guys bounce back from 2 devastating losses like these ones?
I think the key is positivity. Next play mentality, like we always say. The energy, the energy's got to be is up. It's got to be up. Going from 7-0 to, like you said, 2 losses, that could break teams. But I think we worked too hard for 9 months of off season to, fumble and fold now. So we're already mindset now on Clemson. We're gonna have the 24-hour rule, watch the film, figure it out, and then the goal is to go beat Clemson.
All the penalties you guys have had, lack of focus maybe last week as well. Have you noticed anything different within the team the past 2 weeks, just kind of getting off to a slow start maybe?
No, I wouldn't say I noticed anything different. I think, that sometimes the ball rolls your way, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, we got to keep preaching that, we got to go practice hard, go be positive, and take a positive mindset the next week, and keep our heads up because, any given day a team can win, any given day a team can lose. So I want to be on the winning side next week.
It's up to the older players like yourself to keep everybody's mood up.
some younger players?
Yes, sir. I would say obviously it's the leaders' jobs, but at the same time it's got to be preached throughout the locker room. You know, everyone's got to have that that mindset that we're gonna be okay at the end of the day, and I think we are. We're gonna be fine. That's one thing that I'm not worried about. You know, like I said, we worked so hard in the off season to ruin it now. So I think we're gonna go bounce back, take it one day at a time, practice hard, and go 1-0 at the end of the day.
Do you still feel like there's some positives you can take from this game compared to last week's performance against SMU?
Yeah, I would say yeah, we definitely, you know, we had a pretty good first half defensively. You know, they scored twice in the second half, so we got to go look and see how to correct that. But I think as a defense wise, I think we played well. Obviously, there's things that we can correct at the end of the day, but like I said, we got to watch the film and then go from there.
There was that reverse early on in the game where it looked like they basically had the sideline and 3 linemen, and you were the only person there, and somehow it didn't go for a touchdown. What was your approach to be like, hey, there's 3 guys here, and somehow I got to maintain the spot?
I was like, he's not gonna score, so I leveraged my block. I leveraged the lineman. You know, I knew I was last line of defense, and you know, I was just made the play. So.
Did you see that reverse play at all in your video study of Virginia this week?
I would not say that. I think that's one thing they came in game plan, and they're like, one of the ways they were going to try to beat us was you know, they had a bye week, so they're going to come out with something new. So I think we played the reverse I think they ran it 3 times. So obviously we got to keep our eyes on our keys and then make sure that none of these reverses, and we stop them next time.
A couple more. Ron made the interception on the first drive. What did you make of his performance? I think it was his first start of the season today.
Yeah, my boy Mondo, he played a great game. I was so happy for him. You know, I really wanted to get that win for him because he probably would have got one of the player of the game. You know, he really killed it. I'm really happy for him. You know, one thing about him, he's just been continuing to get better and better as the weeks go on, getting comfortable in the position that he's in. And then, you know, he got his first start, and you know, he showed out. You know, tackle for loss, pick, bunch of tackles. I was really happy for him. So one thing about it is that's going to just help with his confidence, and I know he's going to keep getting better and better week in, week out.
Gavin, could you put your finger on some of the offensive problems you guys have had the last few weeks?
What's that?
Could you put your finger on some of the offensive problems you guys have had the past few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we know that we can move the ball when we're efficient, and you know, everyone does their 1 of 11. But I mean, when we have pre-snap penalties and you know, turnovers, you know, it's tough to move the ball and it's tough to score. So, you know, just minimizing those mistakes and you know, protecting the football.
How does it affect a team psychologically when a couple of calls don't go your way?
Yeah, I mean, nothing's ever going to go our way. You know, we know that, but you know, it's the next play mentality. You know, whatever happens, you got to shake it. You know, whether it's the calls or you missed a block, anything. You know, you just got to shake it, get to the next play. So it's just the next play mentality.
Kevin, Pat talked a lot about how the defenses have been throwing a lot at you guys that they're not showing on tape. You know, like last week, SMU, or when you guys played SMU, they usually ran man, but they ran a lot of zone against you guys. Did Virginia do something similar in this game where there was things that like, hey, this just isn't what they've shown, we have to adjust?
I mean, no, I feel like we had a pretty good idea of what they were going to do going in. You know, maybe they ran a little bit more man than we expected, but you know, at the end of the day, we just got to execute our jobs, and you know, whatever play Coach Bell calls, you know, we have to execute it to the best we can, and you know, whatever he calls, it's going to work as long as we execute.
Yeah, a lot of drops over the past couple weeks. Can you put your finger on what's behind those?
You know, just I don't know. Just not catching the ball. I don't know. We got to be better.
First touchdown for you this season. What was it like getting into the end zone?
You know, it was great. You know, obviously I missed the box, but you know, and you know, when you can't win, it doesn't really help or do anything. But you know, it's definitely nice to get in the end zone. You know, help the team come back. You know, we definitely needed a touchdown, and you know, that touchdown definitely boosted our ego. You know, going out on the field, but you know, just couldn't get it done.
What was the mood of the offense after the 2-point conversion was called back because of the penalty?
I mean, obviously we weren't happy, but you know, things don't go your way. You know, we had countless chances to, you know, go in that football game as an offense, and you know, we just couldn't get it done. So that's something that, you know, we got to get better at. What did you feel like was working on that drive that ended in your touchdown? I think it was your longest drive of the game. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when we run an efficient offense. You know, everyone gets lined up fast. You know, I think that's the biggest thing for us is getting lined up fast, and just continuing with a good pace because, that throws the defense off. And we play our best when we're fast. So, we just got to be better at that. And, obviously we score points when we're fast.
How have you felt about you guys' practices the last couple of weeks, especially this week? It seemed like there were a lot of penalties early. It took a little while for the team to settle in.
Yeah, I mean, we bust our ass every day at practice. After last week, we practice hard every week, but last week we definitely got after it after the loss we had, and we're going to continue to get better and get better at the tape.
You haven't noticed any lack of focus with your guys?
No, not at all, not at all.
Gavin, as a leader of this, a leader of this team, what do you tell the guys after 2 straight losses?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not easy. Definitely a lot of frustration, but we play Clemson next week. It's senior night. It's a big game, and everything that we want is still in front of us. But we just got to take it one game at a time, and not look at the outside noise and just worry about who we play next.